In my last video, I discussed 6 differences between infants in the Sims 4 base game and Growing Together. But today, we're going to be talking about a key feature of the Growing Together expansion pack, milestones. In some ways, milestones are like a memory system, but for infants, they completely change how the game works. In order to do almost anything as an infant other than sleep, eat, poop, and cry, you'll need to obtain a milestone first. So in this video, I'll be going over all of the infant milestones in The Sims 4 Growing Together and how to get them. There are 4 types of infant milestones: fine motor skills, gross motor skills, social milestones, and firsts. Fine motor skills involve being able to reach, grab, wave, clap, put your toe in your mouth, and pincer grasp. Some of the easiest ways to reach these milestones include playing with toys and playing on the playmat. If you master enough of the fine motor milestones, your sim can get a bonus to the thinking skill when aging up into a toddler. Gross motor skills, on the other hand, are more about moving your whole body to do things, like lift your head, roll over, sit up, crawl, and even dance. These are pretty much achieved through tummy time and different variations on it. Mastering these skills will give you a head start to the movement skill as a toddler. Social milestones are, of course, obtained by being social. Well, mostly. You can reach social milestones by babbling to a stuffed animal, having another sim talk to your infant, and apparently by crying and fussing. Also, sometimes my infants would just sort of randomly obtain a social milestone without a clear reason, maybe because they were crying. These kind of just pop up from time to time. Social milestones include things like laughing, babbling, blowing kisses, and playing peekaboo. Mastering these milestones will give you a bonus to the communication skill upon aging up into a toddler. And that brings us finally to firsts, which are a little bit different. They can be obtained in any order, and nothing's really gated behind them like it is for the other milestones. Some firsts you can get include first visitors, sleeping through the night, first baby food, first diaper blowout, and peeing on your caregiver for the first time. So with all that being said, let's go through the milestones individually. I'll give you my best tips for how to achieve them and explain some of the new interactions that they can unlock. The very first milestone that your infant will unlock is the ability to smile. As soon as they age up, they'll float down on a little cloud and smile for the first time. There's not too much to say about this one, but yeah, they can smile at people. After that, they can gain the milestones in any order, sort of. I think maybe like the first 3 or so milestones in each category are always the same in the same order, but based on my experience and what I've seen from other people, the order of the rest of them seems to vary. So I'm just gonna go in the order my sim achieved the milestones, but I'll include timestamps so you can skip to the specific one you want if necessary. The first milestone after smiling that my infant unlocked was actually the first visitor's milestone, which is in the first category. If you have a welcome wagon or maybe some family members show up, it might be one of the firsts that your infant unlocks too. Just make sure they actually interact with a sim from outside their household. Then, by socializing with their neighbors and their mom, my infant unlocked a social milestone, cooing. Now, instead of just smiling at and watching other sims, I could coo at them too, which is sort of a precursor to babbling. I tried lots of things to unlock the next social milestone, reading a story to the infant, even crying and fussing, but it just wasn't happening, so I decided to switch to tummy time instead, hoping to work on some gross motor skills, and that's when my infant learned to laugh, which is a social skill. So that's kind of the first lesson here, is that things kind of just happen in the order they happen and there may be no clear rhyme or reason. Don't focus too much on trying to get a particular milestone because you might just be wasting time. Laughing isn't something you can really tell your infant to do, but they'll just do it autonomously while playing with toys or other sims, so that's cute. Then with a bit more tummy time, we did unlock the first gross motor milestone, lift head. The only way to get this one is with lots and lots of tummy time. I suggest queuing it up if you can, and while you're doing it, you may unlock the next gross motor milestone, which is roll over to back. Once you do this, you can practice sitting, but I don't think infants can actually learn to sit before they learn to roll over to their stomach, because I was practicing sitting with my infant when they learned roll over to tummy, which is the next gross motor milestone. Once you hit this one, you can breathe a sigh of relief because it means that your infant can now do tummy time all on their own. Getting to this milestone is something I would prioritize when you have an available adult sim, because after this, infants can finally begin to progress by themselves. Now that my infant could do tummy time alone, I decided to try moving a toy nearby, and even though I couldn't interact with it at all, my infant soon gained the first fine motor milestone, which is reach. Infants can also get this milestone by looking at things while in their crib or on the playmat, but yeah, apparently putting a toy nearby helps too. But even though I could reach, I still couldn't grab the toy, and that's where we need help again. You can click Get Toy From and choose another sim to hand you the toy, and when they do, you can hold it and move it around. It's actually really cute. And with any luck, you may be able to reach the grab milestone this way. Not for me though. The next milestone we got was Creep. Apparently this is like the step before crawling, but I don't think infants can actually move this way. There's a little animation for it while they're getting the milestone, but then you'll need to have another sim carry you if you want to actually move anywhere. Maybe counterintuitively though, the ability to sit up will actually allow your infant to move on their own. The sit up milestone unlocks a lot of things. You'll be able to scoot along the floor, try foods in the high chair, and even practice standing. It finally unlocks your infant's fun need for some reason, so you can start to have fun by playing with toys. Sitting also gives you the ability to wiggle to music, which can lead to your sim learning to dance. And once you try food in the high chair, you'll unlock another milestone for first food, and it'll actually keep a record of what food your sim tried first. After this, I did some socializing with a stuffed dragon and unlocked the ability to babble. Now we can babble at sims and stuffed animals and eventually say our first words. Then we achieved another first, sleeping through the night for the first time. I don't think it actually matters what time of day it is, but if you leave your infant for some uninterrupted sleep, they can achieve this first, and once they do, they'll usually sleep for much longer periods of time, which can be really helpful. Another first that's not as fun is first blowout. I think this is more likely to happen when an infant uses an already dirty diaper, but I'm not like 100% sure. However it happens, your sim will need a diaper change and their hygiene need will go all the way down, which means you'll likely achieve another first bath. There's also one for first bubble bath, so if you make the first bath a bubble bath, you can achieve both at once. Next, I practiced standing for a long time with no luck, so I think to achieve this milestone, you either need a couch or to have achieved the crawling milestone first. It might seem weird, but I think it's actually the couch thing. We'll come back to this one. With a bit more tummy time, my infant finally unlocked the ability to crawl. Sadly, they still can't crawl their way in and out of the playmat, which seems like an oversight to me, but more freedom of movement is nice. I crawled over for some socializing with my dragon friend and actually earned a fine motor milestone by playing in the trash. So apparently that's one way you can learn to grab things. Now I can actually grab the small toys on my own to play with them. While doing that, I got the seemingly unrelated milestone of being able to put my toe in my mouth. This one's kind of random, but you seem to just get it from doing the usual fine motor things. As a bonus, I'm pretty sure this is what unlocks the ability for your infant to bite other sims with the chomp interaction, so that's fun. I finally got a couch and decided to try standing again, to immediate success. Weirdly, you have to have an older sim help your infant practice standing, but when they actually succeed, they'll pull themselves to stand on a couch. So I don't know why you couldn't just practice on your own with the couch too. Once they learn to do this though, they can pull to stand on the couch and while in their crib. Oh, and they can also do tummy time in the crib, which is also nice. Next, I decided to wiggle to music, hoping to learn how to dance, but actually learn how to clap instead. I've had infants learn to clap in other ways too, but it is pretty cute that they can just like clap along with the music. And with a little more wiggling, we also unlocked the dance milestone. Infants can really move their arms along with the music. Then we decided to go play with some toys. Infants can play with toddler blocks too, by the way, and reach the Pincer Grasp milestone. This one allows your infant to try finger foods in the high chair, but it can be a bit glitchy. If the animation doesn't get to play out exactly right, you'll just be left with a plate of food that your infant can't interact with, so you might need to clear that one off and try again. For some reason, infants can only start grabbing the food and eating with their hands once they've been fed a bite by an adult. And first finger food is another milestone that, like first baby food, will record what the first food was that you tried. Then the electricity got cut off, but we still learned to blow raspberries in the dark. I'm pretty sure I got this one by crying or fussing, so if your infant achieves a social milestone on their own, that might be why. Next, we said our first word while talking to our mom. It doesn't actually record what the first word was. I think that would have been a cool feature, but it is an important moment of an infant's life. Then we got the wave milestone. I think just by socializing some more. This one lets you wave at other sims and also stuffed animals, which is very cute. This one isn't really a milestone, but it's a funny glitch. My infant learned how to crawl with no hands, apparently. I mean, I assumed it was a glitch, right? But it did happen while my infant was holding a superhero toy. Like, a superhero with a cape. So, maybe they were imitating the toy? I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence. I think that'd be pretty cool if it was done on purpose though. Let me know if you can recreate this one. Next, while in my crib, I learned how to blow a kiss. This is just a really cute social milestone. After that, I had the adult sim initiate a game of peekaboo, and we actually learned how to peekaboo in response. So now we can initiate it from the infant and not just from an adult. Also, here's that blow a kiss animation. Isn't it so cute? And with that, we have covered all of the infant milestones. There's probably a few of the first I didn't really cover, but those don't work quite the same way as the other milestones, so I think that's close enough. If there's any I missed though, feel free to mention them down in the comments. Like I said, the timing of these milestones may vary, especially after the first few in each category, but I hope this guide was helpful to you. If it was, don't forget to like the video to let me know. I'm not sure if I'm going to do more informational videos like this about growing together, but I have been playing the 100 Baby Challenge for the first time, streaming it here on YouTube. So if you want to see more of the pack or more of me, you can keep an eye out for those streams or head over to the live tab on my channel to check out the VODs of past streams. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.